Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. We're going to be doing the Tarot-Scopes today. We're going to be doing the Tarot-Scopes for the sign of Libra. That's Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising for the month of November 2025. Generally, I do this along with astrology, but I've decided to keep those two things separate this month. And so there'll be a separate video on the astrology for the sign. Otherwise, these videos get a little bit long. Okay, so let me, I don't know if you can hear my cat. He is needing attention. Um, this is cats. You have to listen to them when they squawk, right? Right, we're going to try to keep this decent. All right, so I haven't decided what deck I want to use yet, but let me reach into my decks here. Oh, I know what deck I'll use. I thought to myself, I haven't used this deck, I don't think, for Libra yet. So, all right, I'm gonna use the Astro Matrix deck. I mean, I might have used it for Libra. But I can't remember. And then I'll do an Oracle pull using a new Oracle deck. So we're in the 11th month. November is the 11th month. 11 is a master number. It's a number of balance. It's also the number of justice and the balancing of the scales of justice. And there's been a couple of readings where that has come up. So that's a possibility, of course, for all of us. Um, and we're in a 9 universal year. The 9 is on the end of the cycle, right? 1 through 9. And so it's a time of separating out what we want to let go of and what we want to keep, right? Okay, I'm going to put him down. Hopefully that was enough mother time for him. We'll know shortly when he starts squawking again. All right. So this is about letting go of the past and sort of having a vision for the future. And it's not, and the clearer your vision is, or the more directed it is, or the likelier it is that it's going to happen. Like we, for the most part, get what we expect to get. So it's always beneficial to expect more when you do a spell in Wicca. There's a spell, and one of the things you say, say you want some abundance, or you need a new car, and you're like, oh, I'd like to get a Subaru, a nice, good used Subaru, and or better, you say, or better, and then maybe you get a new Subaru. Maybe somebody gives you a Subaru. You don't even have to buy a car. So you always want to leave that space for better when it comes to doing that stuff. All right. So let's just cut the cards here. Excuse me. A little parched. Hold on 1 second. Mm. We just started putting the heat on here, and I'm not good in the heat. I mean, I like having heat, but it irritates my throat. Okay. All right. So we start with the Three of Cups. So you're celebrating something, Libra. You're pretty happy. You're pretty happy. This is about friendship, camaraderie. Um, it can at times be too much of a good thing. It can be too much of a good thing. So you want to avoid that. But there's nothing wrong with a celebration. Let's see what's crossing the celebration. Oh, victory. So on some level, it's been victorious for you. You might say, well, what's wrong with victory? It's a crossing card. A lot of times this card is deals with victory at what cost? Victory at what cost, right? So maybe you won the battle but lost the war, or maybe you won something and it wasn't quite as fulfilling as you thought it might be. So there's that question. Maybe you're questioning yourself on what you're celebrating, but is it a true victory? That's what comes to me. Sorry about the cat. I don't know if you can hear him, but it's pretty loud. Underneath it all, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is something that you envisioned or that you saw in a vision, one or the other. Um, Hold on 1 second. I have to let my cat out. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay. So something that you've seen, this is the Psychic Queen. So this is about, love and compassion and giving love. And that's the victory. I think it's the love that created the victory. In the past, we have the Five of Pentacles. So there was could have been a bankruptcy, could have been ill health. Um, the Five of Pentacles is there to remind us that even though what's in front of us may seem bleak, if we raise our eyes to heaven, if we look to spirit, because all gifts come from spirit, um, then where there's hope, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. But this was the past. And so chances are, if this is the past and this is the present, you've overcome that challenge. Let's see what's in the sky. We have the Hanged Man. Now, sometimes I see the sky as just the general environment out in the world. And sometimes it seems to me like it's a message from spirit. And I think it applies in both cases. If we call it a message from spirit, spirit would be saying, stay connected to me, and hang out. Look at things from a different perspective. Look at things from a different perspective. There are things that you have no control over, and you have to accept them. And there are things that you have total control over, and you need to utilize them. So I think that's a message from spirit. And then I think what we're going to see in the outer world, if we read the card as such, is there's perhaps a sacrifice, or people are going to feel like they're stuck. There's this feeling out there that they're stuck. Similar to 2020 with COVID, right? Like everybody was moving and then everybody was stopped. And that stop for many people was very disruptive and pretty much scrambled everything. Scrambled all the energy that was already getting scrambled from the fact that certain people were in positions of power and were starting to do this very Iranian thing that the people in power were doing at the time. Okay, so in the immediate future, I get the Moon card. So yeah, the moon, a lot of water here, guys. A lot of water in this reading. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, the moon and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man and the moon have connections because the Hanged Man is connected to Neptune, which is the planet of unity, but it's also the planet of illusion and delusion. And the moon is connected to Pisces in the tarot, and tarot is ruled by Neptune. And so we have Neptune this month has moved back into Pisces. And so it actually moved in last month on the 22nd of October. So it's in Pisces. It's going to just stay in that last degree of Pisces. And then I think in December it turns around and it goes back into Aries, I believe in February, either February, the end of January, the beginning of February. And that sort of last bit of Neptune in Pisces really brings this sense of things dissolving away and a lot of confusion. And so you're going to be confused. You're going to be, what the heck is going on here, right? How it's seen from the outside. Just something coming to an end. Something is coming to an end. People are seeing that. There's a new sort of world order. And there's a lot of I was listening to Heather Cox Richardson today. She said, with all this disruption, there's a lot of power just sloshing around out there. And what's going to happen is who's going to grab the power? Who's going to grab the energy and utilize it? And how are they going to utilize it? And that's our opportunity, right? But first it has to fall. It has to fall. Let's see. your domestic situation. It is possible that somebody around you is trying to get away with something. So I want you to keep your eyes open in all this confusion. Maybe they're saying, oh, well, everybody's distracted. Let me go do this. So be aware in your surroundings. That is the domestic situation. If you smell something, it's likely a rat. Let's put it that way. Okay. So you want to be, and you're a Libra, you're very fair, you're very balanced, but Libra is also the law. Libra is also the law, and the law don't play, and neither does Libra. When the decision is finally made, the decision is made, the awareness is had, and we move on to the next thing. Hopes and fears, the star. This, of course, is a hope card. It is the card of hope, actually. And unless you're a nihilist, this is not a good hope, right? Um, but this is an Aquarius card. This is democracy. This is, can democracy stand? You're worried. You're worried about democracy. You're worried about the things that democracy can bring to you and the loss of those things. Okay. Outcome, we get the Knight of Wands. I think you're going to be traveling. So if you are traveling and maybe over water with the moon card there, just, you have to be extra careful. If you're visiting a foreign country, it's possible that you could run into a pickpocket. Now, I don't know if any of you are doing that, but I'll just put it out there because it came into my head. So that might be whoever that person is, that might be for you. Um, because it looks like you're traveling. You look like you're traveling. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is the queen who sees above all the fuss and makes a good judgment. Makes a good judgment. She is the queen of good judgment. We have the Four of Swords, which is rest from toil, rest from war. Can be a truce card. It can also be a recuperation card. So one of the things that is coming up in these cards, and I don't know who this is for, this doesn't have to be for everybody, but this specifically, if there's an issue with addiction, this is the time when you need to, by the end of the month, you're going to be doing something that's going to help you with that. Okay. So if there's an addiction issue here. Okay. One, two, three. Oh, and yeah, addiction. That's what's coming up. Overcoming addiction. So I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else in your life that you're seeing being self-destructive with something that's going to change their perception, right? Like alcohol or drugs or but the stuff that's really um really bad for you. Really bad for you. Okay, let's see what's underneath. Fighting the good fight. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles. This is about evaluating your resources and realizing that you don't have enough. And then the Eight of Pentacles, and that's when you get down to business and start making, you work harder and you make more money. And so that's not necessarily an issue. But I want to say that there is something about, it's either there's somebody, this could be you, or it could just be somebody in your life. You'll know if somebody in your life that is struggling with addiction and they're trying to get away with stuff. But there's a chance, there is a chance for them to recuperate. It might actually come through a legal action, right? Like the court says you have to go into detox or something like that. I don't know how that works, but that's what it looks like. And then there's success after that. There's success. So that could be somebody that could be you, I guess. But ultimately, I think it could also be that you've seen this all. That's not you and you've seen it all. And it's like sometimes you see the whole story and you try to help people because you saw the whole story as soon as you saw them, and they can't be ready until they're ready. That's really what the moon card talks about. The moon card talks about you can't save anybody who doesn't want to be saved. You have to sort of make them go through their dark night of the soul. Um, and to know that you'll be on the other side of that and as a support. I'm interested to see what the Oracle card shows. All right. Right, just give me a minute. I always do them on top of the computer, so there's always a danger that I will press a button and you will disappear, and then I'll have to do this over again. All right. We're going to be using the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. It's really been fun. It's been a fun deck to work with. So this is for Libra. Let's see what Libra needs to be aware of. Libra is the sign of awareness. It's a sign of objectivity. Kind of in its own way, Libra is black and white as well. I think all the air signs have that black and white quality to them. And very often when I do air signs, I wear black and white because I'm like that. But today I was a little lazy, and my outfit does not at all reflect Libra. So it'll have to be my sparkling personality. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Uh-oh, there we go. No, that was under there. Anunnaki life codes. Anunnaki. Interesting. You know, we have that Atlas 31 or 31 Atlas or 21 Atlas, whatever one Atlas it is. Some people believe it's the Anunnaki coming back. Well, or maybe a spaceship from there. We'll see. We'll find out soon enough. I'm not worried about it. And maybe by the time you see this, you'll know what happened. We'll have a better idea of what that was all about. Things are happening pretty fast. And maybe a visit with them from the mothership isn't a bad idea. Okay, let's see. Anunnaki. I'll hold it up so you can see it. All right. The Anunnaki are a race of cosmic light beings who have been coming to Earth since ancient times. The Sumerians and Babylonians acknowledged them as the deities who governed the space between the worlds. The divine leader of this incredible race is the goddess Ishtar, a powerful figure similar to the Egyptian goddess Isis. The Anunnaki have taken many forms throughout the ages. They have an angelic warrior-like quality and have appeared with wings, sometimes up to 4, and with an elongated head and a face similar to that of an eagle. When the Anunnaki appear, it is important to know that they are heavenly allies supporting our healing and ascension. In the distant past, they visited the Atlantean civilization and helped those who were aligned with the spiritual path to ascend to the next dimension so that they could leave the wheel of karma. They acted as divine judges, deciding who could ascend and who had to be left behind for the growth of their soul. Those who had abused their powers and had not honored the divine or valued the great gift of life that they had been given had to remain for the cataclysmic ending of their civilization. For the reason some people who have had Atlantean incarnations may fear the Anunnaki, but be assured that they are beings of infinite light working for Source. So maybe they are arriving to help us ascend. We'll know soon enough, right? We'll know soon enough. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. It was a tough reading. I think last month it was great. And I'm like, wow, it's great for Libra. That's kind of unusual. Sorry about that. But Libra is a sign of relationship and partnership. And a lot of times, the problems are with the partner and we bear witness to it. So I guess you'll know if you hear it. If it's for you, you'll know. All right, guys, take care. Have a great month. I'll see you again in December. I can't believe December. I mean, this year seemed to drag and go by so fast all at once. I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling at this late date in 2025. All right, guys, take care. I love you all, and I'll see you next month. Namaste.